Hello, fellow YouTubers. Welcome to YouTube Gaming Community. I'm your host, Trouble835. So, I know it's been a while since I've done one of these community videos, and quite honestly, guys, the reason is this summer was kind of a very stressful summer. My wife's father had a lot of health problems. He'd been diagnosed with dementia. He had open heart surgery, and he had a stroke. That end was pretty bad, my wife's father. And then we had a friend who unfortunately got in a car accident, and unfortunately, the airbags didn't go off, and unfortunately, she had passed away. And so her husband and her surviving son, we spent a lot of time with them. Again, I think where life is more important than YouTube. And I didn't have any motivation to make videos, quite frankly, during that time. So here we are, we're back, and there's a lot of news to cover. Obviously, most people would probably complain about the fact that YouTube has made a lot of changes. Why I haven't been making community videos. You know, they integrated the Google Plus into YouTube. They made you without asking you, basically made you had the only choice you had was click OK, and it made another YouTube channel for your Google Plus, even though you didn't need it. Like there's two YTGC Now channels, even though there doesn't need to be, because their system's screwed up, because they want to integrate Google Plus, and it makes their numbers for Google Plus look better, even though nobody's actually using it. Kind of, you know, and a lot of other things, like, for example, of course, obviously, YouTube getting rid of the video responses, you know, the link video response and stuff, just a lot of things that people were upset about. But let's get to a lot of the news and cool stuff. And the first cool thing that happened was the fact that GameStrain and his wife had twin boys named Luke and Mark, and congratulations to them. I know a lot of people think, oh, it's from Star Wars, which it could be, but I know when my son was born, I picked his name based only on the biblical meaning of it, or the meaning of what the name actually means. So again, congratulations to them. Really cool. Their life's about to take an awesome new journey, because having children is the most rewarding and the most testing thing you'll ever do in your life. So getting into other things that happened. When a channel is a collaboration of people, and they separate for every reason, people always seem to think they have to take a side. And a lot of times you really don't have to. If you like both people, then keep track of both people. You don't have to take a side. The case I'm talking about is, of course, with 3 Kilobytes, where Mike from 3 Kilobytes left, started his own YouTube channel called Friendly AI, which I will link to Welcome to Friendly AI video below for you guys if you haven't checked it out. And then 3 Kilobytes, that Cat and Jay are still getting the channel going. And I know a lot of people want to know what happened, why they split, but truthfully, it's really none of our business. I mean, they split for whatever reason they split. They have their own reasons for it. It doesn't really matter. I know I've seen that. I don't see the one I'm talking about it. And so, if they don't want to talk about it, it's not worth talking about. I know a lot of people wonder, are they still friends, or they're not friends? That's their decision to decide if they ever want to really talk about it one day or not. But I will link to 3 Kilobytes, A New Beginning. Very important update. Watch now. Because let's be honest, things in our community are always going to change. Channels are always going to change. Nothing's going to stay the same. We're really, really early in the community when you really think about it. Being around basically 6-7 years, a lot of changes have happened. A lot of people come and go. And we'll get to people leaving later on in this video. But the video that a lot of people I saw talk about on Twitter and Facebook was, of course, SammyClassicSonicFan ran against Sonic Fanbase. Y'all ruined Sonic. Now, when you watch this video, you're either going to be like, that kid is just going ballistic and yelling, or you're going to just shake your head. Because this younger kid who made this video rages against the Sonic Fanbase because if they only want a certain game, they want nothing else. Like, for example, Sonic Adventure 3. Or an old-time Sonic game. And I will say this, Sonic is probably one of the hardest, fan base to please outside of the Mega Man fan base. And I mean that is, Sonic fan base want a certain Sonic game and that's it. They don't care. I mean, they don't, let's just be honest here. I liked Sonic Generations. I thought it was a good game. I liked both Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing's games. Well, the Sonic fan base never seems to be happy what kind of Sonic game Sega comes out with. One of the hardest things I think when it comes to keeping a old 16 or 16 or 8-bit game around when you want to bring it back today and make it relevant is remember back when those games came out, the original, let's go back to the original Sonic game, right? That was cutting edge. That was like graphically cutting edge. It did something nobody else did at the time. You can't take what originally made that game popular and bring it back today exactly like it was and expect it to relate to gamers today. They have to make it cutting edge. They have to somehow keep a little bit of the old, but make it cutting edge and new for today's generation and consoles for gamers to want to play it today. And that seems to always be the hard thing, that old school gamers want it to be exactly like it used to be. But they do that, the new school gamers don't want to play it. So in order to make it, you're going to have to somehow find a compromise. And the Sonic fan base never seems to be happy. And it's unfortunate because there have been in recent years some really good Sonic games. I know some people would say Sonic Colors was a good game. But you have to watch this video because at some point you're going to laugh at it because he's just going on and on and on ranting the way he is ranting. And according to the comments in the video, someone asked him, is this just like him trying to get attention, or did he really mean it? And he says he means it. So I take his word for it. Now, the next video we're going to talk about is from WatchMojo.com. It is Top 10 Mario Games. Now, I know what you're going to say. Trouble. What makes this list different than any other Mario list out there? Well, this list has no vehicle or combat game in the top 10. That those were excluded from this list. So basically, number 10 is Donkey Kong, right? And I know when you get to the top 3 of this video, a lot of people might possibly disagree with this list because I think we all have our own favorite Mario game. Some people are going to say Super Mario Galaxy 2 should be number 1. Me, I would say Super Mario Bros. 3, but everybody has their favorite game. If you're interested, go check it out. Hey, if you don't agree with the list, make your own video on what your top 10 Mario games are. And the next video is from theawesomegamr. Let's play Gravitrex Part 1. Now, what is Gravitrex? Well, it is a homebrew Vectrex game. That's right, I said it. It's a homebrew Vectrex game. How to describe what this game looks like? To me, it looks like Arcade Asteroids kind of met Arcade Defender, or maybe Arcade Asteroids meets Arcade Defender meets Arcade Robotron, because some of the level kind of looks like Robotron, but you got to pick up people like Defender, but you're kind of flying around like asteroids. You just have to watch the video to find a really cool looking game, actually. The next video we're going to talk about is from Sniper Steel 5200, my personal favorite Super Nintendo music. Now, this video has a lot of different music, and some of the music's from the Famicom, and if you know what the real game is, you know what it is. But there's a lot of real cool music from a lot of cool games, so if you want to look at their favorite Super Nintendo music, go check out the video. Now, let's get to 2 reviews that I think you guys should check out. And the first one is from Sidekicks912, Retro Game Review, World Heroes Anthology. Obviously, World Heroes Anthology was on the PlayStation 2, and if you have not checked it out, or interested in checking out, definitely check out his review. And the next one is from somebody I haven't talked about in a YouTube game community video, I believe, in a very long time. And that is Neoflynn, in his video First Take Review, Metal Slug MAME. First of all, I love his intro to this video. And if you want to see a review of Metal Slug, man, it is just killing me, ain't it? Metal Slug is one of those games that's been ported to everything, but if you've never seen the MAME version, definitely check it out. He does a very good job talking about it. Now, let's get to goodbyes, because one of the things in this community we're going to have over the time we're here is goodbyes. One of the things I always disagree about when people say goodbye to the community is the fact that they shut their channel down. And the reason I say that is because, listen, you don't know what's going to happen 5, 10, heck, maybe even 20 years from now. Maybe a year from now. You may stop making videos on YouTube now, but a year from now or 5 years from now, maybe you want to get back into the community because you miss it. Maybe you want to talk about video games again. There's no reason to shut down your channel because it's free. I understand when people say, you know, it's goodbye for now. Maybe I'll be back someday. Completely understand that. But people shut their channels down, I don't understand, because you just don't know. One day you may want to come back. So the first video, excuse me, that I'm going to talk about is The Video Game Shark, Goodbye, TB46667, where he talks about, his contact with the guy and how he's going to miss his channel and what his channel means to him. If you definitely should check it out. Also, on his channel, TheVideogameshark channel, he does have a really awesome complete video game collection, in-box collection, if you want to check that out. Now, the next one is somebody that I've actually talked to on Skype before in the past, so I had contact with, and that is LMA187. It's time for me to say goodbye. Now, LMA187, for the last couple years, has not made a lot of videos. He's a dude who is a 90s gamer. He's a PlayStation 1. He loves the PlayStation 1. But you know what? He lost interest in making videos on YouTube. A lot of things changed that he didn't like. A lot of people he knew just were no longer on YouTube, and he decided it was time for him to leave YouTube. Now, he's not shutting his channel down. Also, his friend on YouTube, Noel, and Noel has had a couple different channels over the years on YouTube. He's also leaving YouTube also. And again, the best of luck to everybody who leaves YouTube. I understand that sometimes you don't want to make videos anymore. And listen, when you stop making videos, it's really, really hard to get back into it. If you, for a long time you don't make videos and maybe you just don't think it's worth the time to make videos anymore, it can be really hard to make videos. And maybe you're like, you know what, I'd rather do this in life and I don't want to do YouTube or gaming anymore. But best of luck to all those guys. And so, guys, that's all for this time around. I'm going to try to gear myself to get back up to making community videos. I'd like to get back up to 2 a week, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It's good to be back, and see you guys soon. If I can get the camera off button. There we go.